I'm going to take the top card on the pack, in this case the king. Now I'm going to move it from the top of the pack to the bottom of the pack. Now I'm going to transpose the location of the king, which is on the bottom of the pack, with the card on top of the pack, in this case the 10. So the 10 is on top, the king is on the bottom. So if I wave, it changes into the king. So now the king is on top, the 10 is now on the bottom of the pack.
Big up to all the Brooklyn massive crew. Some they pay no mind, but now them notice blue. So take your ones, your 50s, put your hundreds to your shoes. And to my fans, you know I love you. To the top we be charging. I'm not leaving till someone starts rocking. All the soldiers come back and start marching, and me see myself selling in black market. You say you love.
Okay, so before we get into the effect, there's just one thing you need to know. You need to know how to do the Cardini colour change, which looks like this. It's where you take one card, you wave, it changes into another card. That's the Cardini change. So grab a deck of cards and follow along. Okay, so for the Cardini colour change, you want to make sure that the two top cards on the pack are two different contrasting colours. That way the change will look more visual. I'm using the King of Hearts and the 10 of Clubs. So you're going to begin by catching a thumb break with two cards on top of the pack. Now you're going to do a double lift. A double lift is simply turning over two cards, making it look like one. Now the way the deck is going to be placed on your hand is right on your palm. Now your thumb here is going to be pushing down on the top right corner of the cards, which is the non-index corner. Your pinky is going to be pulling the card here. Your middle finger and your ring finger aren't going to be doing anything, they're just sitting here. Your index finger is just holding the deck for support. Now what's happening, your pinky is going to make the card snap off. So the way you're going to do that, your pinky is just going to kind of pull down and push at the same time. So make sure your thumb is pushing down on this corner, otherwise if your thumb doesn't push down, that's what will happen, you'll end up with both cards snapping off. So make sure your thumb is pushing down on the non-index corner and your pinky is pushing down on the bottom left corner, well a couple of inches away from the bottom left corner. Now your other hand comes along, and as you snap the card off, your other hand comes along and waves, which will then hide this card. So again, your other hand comes along, you wave, which will then hide this card. Now this card here is going to get pulled to the bottom of the pack. So this hand is going to come along, grab the deck here. Your pinky has got a grip of this card here. So you're going to grab the deck with the short edges. Your pinky is going to pull this card to the bottom of the pack. And then you're just going to square up and then show that the card has changed. And that was the Cardini change. So now you've learnt the Cardini colour change. It's now time to get into the tutorial on the effect, so get your deck ready and follow along. Okay, so for this effect you're going to need to perform what you've just learnt, which was the Cardini colour change. Firstly, you're going to catch a break with the top two cards again, and then hold a break with your fingers. And then you're going to do a double lift, which is turning over two cards, making it look like one. So you show one card, you turn both cards over, then you take this card here, which is the indifferent card, move this to the bottom of the pack. So you say the 8 of clubs is on the bottom. Now again you're going to do a double lift, which is turning over two cards, making it look like one. Now using what you've just learnt, you're then going to do the Cardini colour change. So you do the change, and then this card gets pulled to the bottom of the pack. Then you show it's now changed to the card that was on the bottom of the pack. Then you show that the card which was on top, turn the deck around, show it is now on the bottom of the pack. So one more time, you're going to begin by catching your break. You're then going to do a double lift, which is turning over two cards here. You show one card, the 8 of clubs. You turn two cards over again. You then take the indifferent card, place it to the bottom of the pack. You then do another double lift, which is a double lift here. So you show the 2s on top and they've seen the 8 on the bottom. So you do the Cardini change, which will then bring this card to the bottom, show that it's changed to the 8, and then turn the deck around to show that the first card is now on the bottom of the pack.
Big up to all the Brooklyn massive crew. Some they pay no mind, but